My name's Aaron. This is my presentation on SCADA systems in agriculture for ET 342. Today I'll just be going in depth in different ways how SCADA is improving agriculture and for the future. The big objective to dig deeper, see how it's been impacted by the advancements of SCADA. I'm going to show you different situations, examples, and then the sustainability within the realm of agriculture and SCADA systems, because everything's becoming more electrical and electronic driven. The motivation, we live in Wisconsin. I have my whole life. Farming has always been a big thing. Cheese, milk, that's what we do here. My dad and my uncles and grandpa grew up on a farm. This was their house growing up right here, and the farm was back here. So I just wanted to kind of see how, hear the stories that I hear, and to see how SCADA systems would have made their lives easier. Was kind of intriguing to me. And the advancements in technology, the safety, and the quick response to problems would be increased with SCADA. Because I had a story where my dad was telling me about how they were throwing boards with nails off the roof and got a hole in his hand and like stuff like that. It's just weird stories where if there was technology involved, that stuff could have been prevented. So the overview here, what I'm going to go through, how SCADA systems help here with water levels, feeders, tractors, planters, soil levels, leaks, milking, humidity levels, moisture levels, drones, irrigation, animal tracking, telecommunication, heat lamp, electric fence, and alternative renewable energy. So first of all, water levels. So what it would do would check the water levels of the tank. So that would decrease the cost of having someone go out and check these levels of the tank. Right here you can see real-time data can be accessed at any time via your cell phone or computer with an app. As you can see, there's the graphs here telling you supply voltage, water levels, and how many gallons are left roughly. You can get an alarm if, let's say you can set an alarm for, oh, if it goes below this rate, message me instantly. So there's that. Here's just another picture, a setup of the SCADA Link's SAT 100. It's solar powered, so you are in a farm, so you can just attach it right to the tank and have that antenna transmit a signal to your server, and then you have remote access from it. So just showing you that. The next one's feeders. I found two feeders, one for calves and one for the actual cows. So Lele is a big supporter of this. So the top one over here is for the calves because they just drink the milk. So they will put the milk in this tank and then it'll pump it however much they're supposed to, instead of you going over there with a bottle and holding on to it or putting it in a little thing and then having remember to go get it. It's just always set up to go because you can pump milk right into that tank. And this bottom one here is for the big cows, the hay and the feed, whatever. And it goes back to a docking station and gets filled up. It's hooked up via a master station, and you can program it to push the hay at different times or feed or whatever you may need it for. And right there, it just saves more time, allowing workers to put their concerns elsewhere other than feeding the animals. Tractors, they use GPS and antennas. They monitor speed, monitor the accuracy, and have a ton of sensors. As you can see here, planter controls, smartphone, iPad, GPS, tractor levers, the planter gauges. It's just incredible what we've come to these days. So the planter specifically, right here it shows you how much is planted. It was actually an app for the planters, and you can tell it to start planting. If you have different seeds in there, you can change the crops, stuff like that. Tells you all these different things, soil temperature. Yeah, so pretty interesting. Another one, soil levels. The yield the farmers get from the fields will be definitely increased. Right here is just a sensor, and I have another one, a different page too, that kind of does the same thing. The remote data will be sent to your phone. You don't have to drive a truck out there or a tractor. Saves a person from going out there. You can put it on the edge of the field, so when you go to pick up your crops, you don't tear down all these sensors. So that's great. Same thing with frost levels. These are just a little different, just in the design and the temperature sensor that they use. So these would kind of be, they could be on the farm, in the field. My example, I showed a picture of in the field here. Another one would be like, let's say you have irrigation out there. You could activate the pump for water so the pipes don't freeze or stuff like that. Have a heating coil out there. So another big one I would think would be used for is leaks. They use probes and sensors. It reports back to the master station, and it sends the alarm to an operator or whoever has access to the app via these leak detection cables here, and then the sensors. So I just think that would save a lot of trouble in the future if it would have that. Another big one is kind of coming up here, milking stations. Milking such a time-consuming part of the day. Cows get milked twice a day, early in the morning, at night, right around dinner time. Big thing that I was found in the research here was there are shorter wait times in the parlor and the pen area for the cows, so that allows more time to rest and eat, and provides you more milk from that cow. And another thing, they have these collars with smart technology in them, and it tracks the health of the cow, makes sure it's okay and whatnot. So that's the collar here. Then the robot cleans the cow, uses laser sensors to locate the udders, and applies the milking cups, and goes on from there. Humidity levels. You need to check the humidity levels to prevent crops from getting root disease. Other instances, it helps dry out the soybeans and other crops in order for them to be harvested, because there's a certain moisture level for some crops that need to be in. So this setup down here, they actually bury wireless soil sensors underground. They have one base station that they all report to, and then that base station goes up and sends the information to the master station, and then you have all that data right at your fingertips. Really impressive. Just an example here, the humidity and the temperature. That will be mounted here to your base station. So if you are out in the field, you can just check it, or you have access to it. Moisture levels. Just a little different setup here. They just have wireless sensor nodes placed all over, and then they have one they report back to the master station, and these are all slaves, and then get sent to the internet cloud, everything, and then back and forth to remote user to your cell phone, and you can keep it in your own special database and server for the moisture levels as well. Drones. This is kind of new to the scene. These are good for spraying crops for pesticides and whatnot. Definitely helping climate change, because it deletes the factor of having this tractor underneath you here. It's faster, saves time. I mean, it's definitely investment because drones aren't cheap, but so that was pretty neat to me. Seeing that, it's kind of like the military uses it now for missile strikes if they ever do, instead of putting people in danger's way. Irrigation was another big one that was shown a lot. It's very time and cost saving, solves problems quickly. There's alarms if there's leaks or blocks. The PLCs can fix the problem, or it can tell you how to fix the problem or where it needs to be fixed. It maintains healthy crops, obviously water for things to grow. You can control it via your cell phone, and you get all that data right at your fingertips again. This is just a screen from from a water pump there, show you how it's running. Another one, livestock tracking, collars, ear tags, being microchipped, shows you their vitals, where they are, just make sure the cows are safe, or pigs or chickens or whatever you use it on. Common for cows. This ear tag has like all these data, 75% ready, whatever, stuff like that. So it's kind of like a shock collar, essentially. Another one I want to touch base on is telecommunications. The SCADA cloud right here. You can deliver the information that you need right from, you can be in the tractor planting, and let's say the owner needs that some certain information, you can send them or tell them to be like, hey, open this app, it's right there. You can even have it from barn to barn. It can have the signals ping off of each other, and you can communicate, hey, cows out, you want to have someone send, or we need feed over here, whatever. And just be a good system to have. Another one, electric fences. It's a monitoring system. It shows you your outline of your fences there. You can turn them on and off to save electricity when need. Again, you would have these sensors on these poles here for your livestock. You can have cameras, GPSs. Let's say something crosses your fence, you could have the camera showing a video live feed and be like, oh, it's just a squirrel, it's fine. But if it's a cow that got out of the fence, you can go out and go get the cow before it runs away. Another one, heat lamps. Uses a temperature sensor. You can use a PLC system to tell when the lamp to turn on. Like during the day they might be alright, but at night you really need it on. You can have it auto adjust the temperature, set it up that way via the PLCs, the coding, stuff like that. You can also have a camera, just like they have like cameras for the eagle's nest and stuff like that. So a big thing that's kind of taken farms by storm right now is having solar and wind to kind of keep themselves inclusive to themselves. So be an investment for sure to build all this stuff, but you'd have all this information and be like, hey, this solar panel is broken or not providing what we need. So you can just kind of tailor it to what the farm needs specifically. What I took away from this, SCADA is going to be a very resourceful implementation into agriculture in the next coming years. It'll definitely be an investment at first, but definitely will save time and money. You won't have to pay as many guys or as much labor. The response time will be faster. Overall better production, and when you have better production, you sell your products for more and you get more in return. I also kind of, when they do really start taking off with these SCADA systems in farms, I just want to kind of investigate that further. And the big one definitely helps with the climate change, not driving tractors and gas-powered things all over. The big aspect that I took away in terms of SCADA, it's a simple concept to make labor-heavy jobs turn into a job that can be more efficient, and not only rewarding the farmers but the buyers because they get better product, like I mentioned. So this class helped me correlate the theoretical things we learned, and I got to see that in real life application, and I could connect, and I knew what I was looking at and reading when I was doing the research. And I did just realize that SCADA all around us, it's a tool that will constantly be updated to be better, enhance the way we can work, and become more efficient in the world and the economy itself. Another thing, sustainability. Um, as you can see in this picture over here, everything, you could run a farm from a tablet in the next, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years from now. There have talks about tractors already being self-driven. They have their drones. You have wind power. You could all just sit in your office and just all remote. And there's this company that the Egg IoT has all these things: systems, smart irrigation, sensors, smart inset traps, web portals, drones, satellites. They're definitely a leading player in this competition. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and that they're doing something about it. And that's my references. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.